Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James, and today we're going to be watching Tokyo Ghoul Season 1, Episode 3. So, last episode was a very interesting episode. We saw Kaneki eat people again, I guess, for a second time, and we think that maybe his friend now knows that he's a ghoul. We don't really know. He's really dealing with the philosophy of being a ghoul. Touka is still kind of weirded out by him, and then we have this, like, the manager guy. He seems to think that Kaneki has some hope, some possibility of being, like, how we're going to combine these two worlds, possibly. So there's a lot of stuff up in the air. The first two episodes so far have been really, really good. Obviously, they're asking all the kind of weird, strange questions that this sort of situation would propose, and I really like that. It's definitely really dark, hardcore, violent. We saw him use that special wispy power thingy, which was apparently Rize's power as well, on that other really annoying glasses guy. So that was really interesting. Lots of really, really, really big unanswered questions, so it's really hard for me to talk about it because A, it's always a lot of Japanese, but B, I don't know the names of most of this kind of stuff. But very interesting. And then last off, we left off with those detectives, who I think are essentially like ghoul hunters. Which of course adds kind of yet another level of complexity to this whole situation. So we'll kind of see how it plays out, but I've really, really been enjoying the show so far. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. As always, full-length reaction is going to be up on our Patreon. Next week's Tokyo Ghoul reaction, episode 4, is also going to be up for early access on the Patreon if you want to go ahead and check that out. It really does support us, helps us keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, welcome to the anime channel. There's tons of other stuff on here. We have videos almost every day. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. As always, to avoid copyright, there's going to be a free link in the description to the actual reaction. And then you can come back here to hear my thoughts, theories, and reviews. Let's just get into Tokyo Ghoul Episode 3. Okay, so that was a great episode. I really enjoyed that. I really like all the characters that we're getting here. It's very interesting to see all of the different sides where, to be honest, starting out the show, I was like, oh, the ghouls are gross, episode 1. Episode 2 is like a transition period, and kind of now, episode 3, I'm kind of rooting for the ghouls. Modo, I think his name is, I don't know, the two box carriers, as they call them, are awesome. They're fascinating characters, and that's what you have to love about anime, is that, especially with something like this, I feel like there's not going to be clear lines of right or wrong, but they are savage. And they're just going through and destroying everybody. I don't know what the heck that like powerful tool thing they're doing is, but they're just destroying everybody, which is really interesting because I get where they're coming from as characters, and I can understand that, you know, if you think about it from one side, the very existence of a ghoul means that you necessarily must die because they eat people. But on the other hand, it's like, well, they are sentient. They have intelligence. They're not just animals, right? Clearly, because they have this intelligence and this consciousness. And so it's that weird mix of different things. Now, something was kind of revealed in this episode, which I didn't know before, that ghouls can eat dead people, I guess, because we saw that the people who had committed suicide, they were taking those bodies for the people that couldn't hunt, which was very interesting. And so I do think that actually does kind of open up, like, I don't know, I think there could be some ghoul-human relations, if that's possible for all ghouls. I may be getting the lore wrong, though, so totally correct me there in the comments. And yeah, Touka, sorry, my favorite character so far. Obviously, Kaneki, like, is my actual favorite character, it's our MC, but Touka is a fascinating character, and I do feel like she's kind of that classic, like, rough around the edges. She's been through a lot, very resentful, right? We already saw that she's very resentful. She's very angry, that she can't be human, no matter what, and that she never even got a chance to experience those things. And then seeing Kaneki, who is so kind of struggling with being a ghoul, it's just that constant reminder where she's kind of like jealous of even that little bit of a chance for him to learn. But I think she's kind of warming up to him, and I really liked that little moment with Hinami, little girl. That was very interesting. You're seeing Kaneki start to understand that there's so much more complexity, right? He's dealing with ghouls, he's dealing with humans. These are people who care. There's this little girl who doesn't get to go to school. And he gets to teach her, and it's like, oh, he's gonna teach her these different things, and she has that kind of same love of reading that he does, and so he's like, oh, that's so cool, like, let me teach you how to do this different stuff. That's awesome. And then just seeing that little moment where I just pan and you see Touka, I'm sorry, I keep butchering the name, Touka, like, hear it and just like smile. I thought that was so cool. And I think that's just such a perfect demonstration of her character, where she's always kind of grumpy and she's always a little edgy and she hides that, but she sees this kind of compassion. And I think she herself is compassionate. That's what we were getting from like the mask creator talking about it as well, where it's like she understands the stakes. She's kind of been forced to mature very quickly, but she is trying to do good and be good. She's not like some of these other ghouls. And so, yeah. So I don't know. I'm very interested. Obviously, with like the bigger plot, we're dealing with Moto, I think. These two box carriers that are in their district, just like straight murdering people. Also, I still don't know what the heck happened at the beginning of the episode with that other ghoul. And it's connected to Hinami, but we don't know how it's connected to Hinami. Also, something I was thinking about when I was editing actually these other two episodes is that in the beginning of the first episode, we saw some like special hunter dude fighting Rize, and he didn't kill Rize, but he was fighting Rize. Who the heck is that? So there's a bunch of different, like a lot of different things going on here. But so far, I'm just loving the show. The animation is really good. This was a bit of a slower episode, but I really like how even in the slow episodes, the show does not waste your time. Sometimes that's a temptation of anime, is to have those really filler episodes where it's like, oh, we're going to go on vacation this episode. This episode may have been a little bit of a slower episode, but it's very deeply ingrained in the plot, and I appreciate that. I really like the pacing, the color, the animation, and the characters so far, so I can't wait to watch the next episode. And yeah, thank you for joining me here. Thank you for watching. As always, full-length reaction is going to be up on the Patreon. Next week's reaction, episode 4, is going to be up on the Patreon. If you're just here for Tokyo Ghoul, then stick around. Every Monday, we got episodes coming out, but also we have tons more anime on the channel. Episodes almost every day over here. Attack on Titan, Haikyuu, Demon Slayer, a bunch more things to come. And yeah, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you stick around, like, and subscribe. And if you do, we will see you all in the next video.